Hello to everyone. Patriarchy, a structure of domination, an obstacle to freedom and equality. A statement of the International Women's Solidarity Council. Patriarchy is not simply the behavior of some men. It's a historical, social, economic, political, and cultural system that reproduces inequality between men and women through the family, law, religion, education, and power structures. This system deprives women of equal rights and at the same time traps men in imposed roles of domination, violence, and bread breadwinners. Therefore, the fight against patriarchy is not a fight against men. It's a fight against a structure that limits the freedom and dignity of all human beings. The roots of patriarchy must be sought in the history of the formation of property, the concentration of power, and the unequal division of labor. Throughout history, law, tradition, religion, and culture have legitimized these unequal relations and made them appear natural. Today, despite legal advances, patriarchy persists in the form of wage gaps, domestic violence, sexual harassment, job discrimination, and restrictions on women's participation in power. In Iran, the Islamic Republic has made patriarchy part of the official structure of government. Discriminatory laws, control over women's bodies and clothing, inequality in family rights, and inadequate protection for victims of violence have paved the way for continued discrimination and violence. So called honor killings, child marriage, forced marriage, and domestic violence are not simply individual incidents, they are the consequences of a discriminatory structure. The family is the primary institution that shapes social relations. When girls and boys are raised with different standards, when female obedience is promoted as virtue and male dominance as privilege, and when violence is justified in the name of honor or honor, patriarchy is transmitted from one generation to the next. In contrast, a family built on mutual respect, shared responsibility, and equality is the first step in breaking this cycle. And equality is the first step in breaking this cycle. The International Women's Solidarity Council insists on the insists on the full legal and social equality of women and men. We oppose any discrimination based on gender, religion, ethnicity, nationality, class, or belief. Just as we reject patriarchy, we also draw a line against any attitude that substitutes confrontation between women and men for the fight against discriminatory structures. The issue is not an enmity between the sexes. It's an issue of ending domination and inequality. The fight against patriarchy cannot be achieved by changing attitudes alone. It requires reform of laws, economic independence of women, egalitarian education, effective criminalization of violence against women, equal participation in decision making, the elimination of gender stereotypes, and the establishment of a secular government committed to human rights. The liberation of women is not possible without the liberation of society, and the free society cannot be formed without the equality of women. The fight against patriarchy is an inseparable part of the fight against tyranny, discrimination, fundamentalism, and all forms of domination. We call on all freedom loving women and men to fight side by side to build a society based on freedom, justice, equality, and human dignity. Women's freedom is the measure of a free society. International Women's Solidarity Council. Till next video and text.